In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
These are Lawin headlines for this week. Houston may see 500,000 visitors for World Cup festivities. Almost 800 patients have been in Texas state hospitals for more than a year. Machado presented Trump with Nobel Peace Prize medallion, officials say. Bong Revere hit with new graft, malversation case at Sandiganbayan. North Korea calls on Seoul to clarify drone incursion. Philippine Consulate General invites public to free screening of multi-awarded Filipino film. Alex Ila claims Kuyang Classic title.
Good day, I am Neska, and tonight we bring you the latest stories in the United States of America, especially in the state of Texas. So sit back, relax, and let Lawin Weekly News be your guide to the news that matters most. Texas Governor Greg Abbott officially entered the 2026 gubernatorial race on Monday with a commanding financial lead, reporting $106 million in campaign funds on hand. According to newly released financial records, the filings show Abbott raised nearly $23 million from July through December of 2025. His leading Democratic challenger, State Representative Gina Hinojosa, reported raising $1.3 million in the final 10 weeks of the year. The fundraising figures were disclosed in required reports submitted to the Texas Ethics Commission, which oversees campaign finance activity for statewide candidates. Abbott's haul included donations from individual contributors, political action committees, and other entities permitted under Texas law. Hinojosa's campaign said her contributions came from supporters across Texas and from Democratic-aligned political and advocacy groups. While far behind in total funds, her filing showed enough resources to continue expanding name recognition and building a statewide campaign operation. More Texas homes sold for $1 million or more between November 2024 and October 2025 than in any previous 12-month period, according to the 2025 Texas Sales of Million-Dollar Homes report released by Texas Realtors in Austin. The report detailed when the sales occurred, where the properties were located, and how the data were compiled statewide. It identified the total number of homes that sold at or above the $1 million mark and compare the results with prior years, showing continued growth in the state's luxury housing market. Texas Realtors analyzed sales information from multiple listing services and other market data resources across Texas to calculate both the volume and value of high-end home transactions. The report also showed regional differences, identifying which Texas markets posted the largest gains in million-dollar home sales during the period. The state of Texas will distribute 444,000 eggs to food banks in the greater Houston and Southeast Texas region following a court-approved settlement resolving a lawsuit over alleged egg price gouging during the COVID-19 disaster. Attorney General Ken Paxton announced on January 15th that Calmin Foods Incorporated and Wharton County Foods LLC will provide the eggs under an agreed final judgment and injunction approved by the court. The settlement ends a case filed by the state in April 2020. Under the agreement, the two companies are required to donate a combined total of 2.16 million eggs to food banks statewide. Of that amount, approximately 37,000 dozen eggs are designated for distribution in the Houston and Southwest Texas areas, with deliveries intended to support residents who rely on food assistance programs. The companies have 120 days from the effective date of the judgment to complete the required donations. The lawsuit alleged that egg prices increased by about 300% after Governor Greg Abbott declared a COVID-19 disaster on March 13, 2020. State attorneys argued that the eggs were sold at excessive prices during the emergency, potentially violating the Texas Deceptive Trade Practices Act. As part of the settlement, the companies agreed to a 10-year injunction limiting how egg prices may be set during future declared disasters. The companies did not admit wrongdoing. Officials said Houston will host 7 FIFA World Cup 2026 matches in June at NRG Stadium, drawing an estimated 500,000 visitors over a 3-week period. The influx is expected to temporarily increase the city's population by about 20% and generate an economic impact projected at up to $1 billion. City leaders, regional tourism officials, and World Cup organizers announced the projections in Houston, citing internal planning data and past World Cup host city performance. Organizers said both international and domestic fans are expected to attend group stage and knockout matches, filling hotels, dining at local restaurants, using transportation services, and visiting entertainment venues. Officials said planning continues as FIFA finalizes schedules and logistics, with more operation details to be released closer to the tournament.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories, from elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits. I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
Journey to self-discovery and mastery. Be bold, why not? Season 6 with MJ Concepcion every Monday 8 p.m. CST. Don't miss out.
Where every conversation is welcome at the table. This is Pink Table Talk with Dr. Carly D. Every Wednesday 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Rice, spice, and everything nice. Welcome to the Philippine food scene with Adobo Queen, Nancy Reyes Lumen of Commissary Kitchen. Every Thursday 8 p.m. CST, Friday 9 a.m. Philippine time.
Hays County residents are calling for greater transparency from the PAWS shelter of Central Texas after the nonprofit nearly closed last fall because of financial problems. PAWS Board President Greg Sabatini said the organization is now in a stronger position. He blamed the earlier financial crisis on leadership turnover, rising operating costs, and limited fundraising. After word spread about the possible closure, community members stepped in, with donations and volunteer support totaling nearly $500,000 to keep the shelter open. Former board member Cody Bradstreet said she was surprised by the financial troubles, noting that when she left the board in 2023, the shelter appeared financially stable, with close to $1 million in cash and investments and no debt. Bradstreet and others formed the PAWS Transparency and Recovery Group, calling for the release of financial statements, board meeting minutes, and an updated list of board members. Sabatini said resignations would not help and said the board has implemented a turnaround plan, including cost reductions, expanded fundraising efforts, and increased board involvement. Musician John Mellencamp said that his daughter, television personality Telly Mellencamp Arrojave, has been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and is currently undergoing treatment. Mellencamp shared the information during an appearance in Dallas, where he spoke briefly about his family and personal life. He confirmed the stage 4 diagnosis but did not disclose the specific type of cancer. He also did not provide details on when the diagnosis was made, where his daughter is receiving treatment, or what medical procedures or therapies are involved. Mellencamp did not discuss her prognosis or indicate how her condition may progress. The musician offered no timeline for further updates and did not say whether Teddy Mellencamp Chave plans to speak publicly about her illness. He also did not address whether her health condition could affect her professional commitments in television or other projects. No additional information was released following his remarks, and representatives for Teddy Mellencamp Chave have not issued a separate statement. The city of San Antonio is giving residents a clearer picture of neighborhood concerns by sharing data on nuisance properties and local issues organized by zip code, according to city officials. The Office of Integrated Community Safety gathers information from city departments and resident calls to identify recurring problems in specific areas. Director Maria Vargas Yaris has led a series of Good Neighbor meetings since last fall to present the data directly to communities. Vargas Yaris said reporting minor concerns through the city's 311 system rather than ignoring them can help prevent small problems from escalating into larger public safety issues. Vargas Yaris said she plans to return to neighborhoods to show their data compares with other areas and outline next steps based on the findings. She encouraged residents to contact her office to request neighborhood-specific information. The city has scheduled additional Good Neighbor meetings throughout the year. The global music industry recorded an estimated 5.1 trillion streams in 2025 as audiences around the world continued to favor digital platforms for music listening. Total global streaming activity increased by 9.6% compared with 2024, which had previously marked the highest single-year total for music streaming. On-demand audio streaming in the United States remained a key driver of overall gains. Listeners continue to rely on a mix of subscription-based and ad-supported services, helping maintain strong engagement levels throughout the year. In the U.S. market, rock and gospel ranked among the most popular genres in 2025, reflecting consistent audience interest across multiple platforms. The streaming totals included both audio and video consumption, covering paid, ad-supported, and programmed formats.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
Venezuelan opposition figure Maria Corina Machado presented U.S. President Donald Trump with a symbolic Nobel Peace Prize medallion during a private meeting in the United States, according to officials similar with the event. People briefed on the meeting said the medallion was not an official Nobel Peace Prize issued by the Norwegian Nobel Committee, but a symbolic gesture. The date and location of the meeting were not publicly disclosed, and no Nobel institution was involved in creating or presenting the item. The Office of the Ombudsman on Friday filed graft and malversation charges before the Sandigan Bayan against former Senator Ramon Bong Revilla Jr. and several officials of the Department of Public Works and Highways over an allegedly anomalous infrastructure project in Pandi, Bulacan. Assistant Ombudsman Nico Clavano announced the filing during a press conference after prosecutors submitted the charges to the anti-graft court at around 2:40 p.m. Clavano said Revilla and officials from the DPWH Bulacan 1st District Engineering Office were charged with possible violations of Article 217 of the revised Penal Code, which covers malversation of public funds along with related graft offenses. The Ombudsman filed separate counts of malversation and graft, naming Revilla and the DPWH personnel as co-accused. The Sandigan Bayan is expected to refer the case to one of its divisions. The court will then schedule the arraignment and act on pending motions, including requests for arrest warrants and the setting of bail. North Korea has demanded an explanation from South Korea after a drone it claims crossed into its territory earlier this month, statement reported Sunday. The North alleged the drone entered Kaesong from Gangwon County along the South Korean border in early January and released photos of what it said was wreckage shot down. Seoul's defense ministry rejected the claim, saying the drone was not operated by its military. Kim Yo-jong, sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, said Seoul must provide a detailed explanation of the incident, according to the state-run Korean Central News Agency. She added it does not matter whether the drone was civilian or military. Seoul said its investigation confirmed it did not possess the drone and that no unmanned aerial vehicles were operated by its military at the time. President Lee Jae-myung ordered a swift and rigorous investigation by a joint military-police team, warning that if civilians operated the drone, it would constitute a serious crime against national security. The Philippine American Chamber of Commerce of Texas, Greater Houston Region, or PACC Texas GHR, is inviting members, business partners, and professionals to kick off the year with its first Biz Mix networking event. The Winter Biz Mix will bring together entrepreneurs and community leaders for an evening of business networking while also welcoming new chamber members and recognizing the 2026 to 2028 Board of Directors and Officers. The event is set for January 31st, 2026 from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Ocean Palace, located at 11215 Bel Air Boulevard in Houston. Guests are encouraged to attend in business professional attire. Tickets are priced at $30 for members, $40 for non-members, and $50 for VIP access. Sponsorship packages are also available for $500 and include a table for 10 guests, a vendor booth, and a brief on-stage presentation. The Philippine Consulate General in Houston invites the public to a special screening of the acclaimed Filipino film Sakaling Hindi Makarating, or The Amazing Journey of the Letters, on January 26th at 5:30 p.m. at the historic River Oaks Theater. Starring Alessandra De Rossi and Pepe Herrera, the multi-awarded film won Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Cinematography at the second Cine Filipino Film Festival. Celebrated for its storytelling and stunning visuals, the movie highlights some of the Filipino Philippines' most scenic destinations, including Batanes, Siquijor, and Zamboanga. The screening will also mark the official launch of the 2026 Very Important Pinoy or VIP Tour, a program designed to showcase Philippine culture, heritage, and tourism. The event is free and open to the public, but advanced registration is required.
Filing taxes, dealing with tax debt, or facing IRS actions is stressful, but you don't have to go it alone. Call 832-674-0829 or visit www.taxresolutionesq.com.
For divorce and family law in Texas, Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC will guide you every step of the way.
From initial consultation to detailed review of your case and strategic planning.
We'll sit with you during negotiations or mediations, and represent you in court.
Whether it is a family law, estate planning, or immigration, we will be there to guide through the final steps.
So, leave your legal matters behind you and embrace your future.
You can contact Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC at 346-5454-346 or visit dizonlawfirm.com.
The NBA fined Boston Celtics guard Jaylen Brown $35,000 for publicly criticizing game officials, following a 195 loss to the San Antonio Spurs on Saturday at TD Garden. The league said Brown used expletives during a post-game interview and questioned the consistency of officiating. Brown told reporters he believed the rules were not applied evenly and said he would accept any penalty the NBA imposed. In the game, the Celtics attempted just 4 free throws, and Brown did not take any, a point he referenced while highlighting what he viewed as inconsistent calls in the fourth quarter. Video clips and written accounts of his remarks circulated widely before the league reviewed them. Brown remains eligible to play in upcoming Celtics games. The fine is financial only, with no suspension or further discipline announced. Neither the Celtics nor the Spurs issued public statements regarding the fine. Alex Yala won the women's singles title of the 2026 Kooyong Classic on Saturday in Melbourne, Australia, after defeating Donna Vekic of Croatia 6-3-6-4 in a professional exhibition event. That preceded her debut in the Australian Open. Organizers of the Kooyong Classic named the 20-year-old Filipino as the women's singles champion of the tournament, which took place at the Kooyong Lawn Tennis Club in Melbourne. Yala received their Gulagong Collie Trophy, which the organizers named in honor of the former world number 1 Australian player and 7-time Grand Slam singles champion. Former Australian WTA and Grand Slam player Elizabeth Pearce presented the championship trophy to Yala during the awarding ceremony. The Kooyong Classic featured Ayala against Vekic, who won the silver medal in women's single tennis at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Yala's Kooyong Classic victory came as part of her preparations for her first main draw appearance at the Australian Open, which will take place in Melbourne later in January 2026. Tournament officials listed Yala as representing the Philippines in the Kooyong Classic, which served as a warm-up event several players ahead of the Grand Slam season. Cast, crew, and fans marked the 20th anniversary of the hit South Korean drama Princess Hours on January 11, 2026, reflecting in the 2006 series that helped popularize K-dramas globally and shape the modern royal romance genre. Originally aired on MBC from January 11 to March 30, 2006, the series followed high school student Shin Chae-kyung, played by Yoon Yoon-hye, who enters an arranged marriage with Crown Prince Lee Shin, portrayed by Joo Ji-hoon, adapted from Park So-hye's manhwa Gong. The drama depicted a fictional contemporary Korean monarchy, blending traditional palace protocol with modern youth culture. The story centered on the enemies to lovers relationship between Shai Kyung and Lee Shin, complicated by family expectations and public attention. Song Ji-hyo played Min Hyo-rin, Lee Shin's first love and a ballerina, while Kim Jong-hoon portrayed Prince Yul, Lee Shin's cousin, adding tension to the central love triangle. Princess Hours was celebrated for its elaborate palace sets and costumes, combining handbook-inspired attire with Western-style royal fashion. Actress and television host Ann Curtis shared how she continues to grieve and long for her late father, James Curtis Smith, as she departed Australia following his funeral and burial. Curtis posted a video montage on Instagram featuring moments with her father from her childhood through her wedding, using the post to express the emotions of parting from him and from Australia. She described her grief as coming in waves while holding on to shared memories. Curtis did not disclose the exact date of her father's death, but noted that Australia was where her family laid him to rest. Images in the post showed them together in various Australian locations, highlighting the country's significance in their family memories. The actress, who built her career in the Philippines. As we brace ourselves for the upcoming weather changes, let's dive into what you can expect day by day. Whether you're planning outdoor activities or just preparing for the week, we've got you covered with the most accurate forecast. Stay tuned with us as we take a closer look at the weather pattern that will impact our region. Remember, here at Lawin Weekly News, we bring you the clearest skies to the stormiest forecasts.
Here is your Lawin Weekly News weather forecast in Houston, Texas. On January 18th, Sunday, the highest temperature is around 65 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 47 degrees Fahrenheit. Mostly sunny throughout the afternoon. On January 19th, Monday, the temperature peaks near 66 degrees Fahrenheit and dips to 48 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Sunny and mild during the day. On January 20th, Tuesday, the highest temperature is about 67 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 49 degrees Fahrenheit. Partly sunny with pleasant winter weather. On January 21st, Wednesday, the temperature reaches 64 degrees Fahrenheit and falls to 46 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. Cloudy with a chance of light rain. On January 22nd, Thursday, the high is around 63 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Cool and mostly sunny in the afternoon. On January 23rd, Friday, the highest temperature is near 62 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 44 degrees Fahrenheit. Sunny and crisp conditions. On January 24th, Saturday, the temperature peaks at 64 degrees Fahrenheit and drops to 46 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Clear and sunny most of the day.
So those were the latest stories in Texas this week. I am Nesca Sandina from Lawin Media Network. Have a great day.
Lawin Weekly News.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Lawin Weekly News.